Hello loyal viewers of Game Gumshoes. I'm sorry it's been a while for the haul and everything, but I've been playing games and trying to get some good reviews ready. Today I want to talk to you though about my haul for the week of essentially March 30th. I don't know how many of you guys have a comic book store or a hobby shop around you that does a perk program for the people that come in and purchase things. I happen to shop at one called Rock and Rooster, and this is their perks card. It's called the Rocker card. I get punches on it, and once I get the card filled, I get free stuff. Now you might not think much, but you know, I go in and get comic books every now and then, pick up the occasional game, even though I don't like to pay full price for any kind of game that I get. But eventually I do fill one up. And this week I picked up 2 games that allowed me to fill up my card to get $50 worth of free stuff. The first game's Ozflux. Now, it's a brand new game by Looney Labs. It does cover most of the standard Wizard of Oz type stuff. We were kind of disappointed it didn't have the ruby slippers, but I'll cover this when I do a Flux review. The other game is one called Grass. Now, I thought this was a fairly new game because I'd never seen it before. But actually it's been around since 1979. Comes in this nifty little burlap sack. And essentially, and I hate to say this, you play drug dealers trying to get $250,000 worth of stash. Can be a fun game, whether you like pot or not. It is a fun game. And this is not to say we condone using pot or anything like that. It's just that, we saw a unique game we hadn't seen before, and usually games like this get snatched up really quick and get taken off shelves, and I wanted to have a copy just so I could catalog it with the rest of it. It reminds me of another game I have called Pimps and Hoes, but I'm going to do a review where I do all 3 games in great detail. Now, because I bought those 2 games, I was able to fill up my rocker card, and with those, I bought a classic game from Steve Jackson Games called Munchkin. Now, I did have a copy of this laying around, but I needed a newer copy because we played this thing to death. If you're not familiar with Munchkin, you start off as a level 1 character, human, and whatever gender you are, and then you get 4 doors and 4 treasure cards. Now your doors can be things like races, like halfling, dwarf, elf, things like that. You can also get classes, just like you would in a regular role-playing game. Thieves, fighters, magic users, clerics. Later editions they add in druids and other odds and ends. Your treasure cards can be things like this weapon here. They also have it to where you can go levels up, things like that. I'll get into more detail when I cover Munchkin, because I do have a lot of Munchkin stuff to cover. Now, the next game was a game that has been around a little while, but I'm just now getting around to buying it because, well, hey, it was free. Why not buy it? A lot of people like it. There are 10 editions of the game now. 2 of them are actually standalone games. The other 8 are add-ons to the main games. The game is called Zombies. Now, this is Twilight Creations. Obvious homage to Bruce Campbell and the Army of Darkness Evil Dead movies. And if you're a fan of Carcassonne, it plays very similar to it. You have little tiles you lay down at the beginning of your turn, and depending on what it says up here, or if it doesn't say anything at all, You add zombies to the board, and also life tokens, bullets, things like that. You can play cards. This one in particular is a weapon. It's the Bruce Campbell with the chainsaw thing. Although technically it's probably not him, just for copyright issues and what have you. But looks a lot like it. You are this little character, the shotgun guy, at least in the original Zombies game. I don't know what the pieces look like in the 4th edition, which is the other standalone. This is your male zombie. Oddly enough, they all seem to have a hole in the center of their bodies. Not quite sure why, but this is your male zombie. And then you get this little female zombie. And you basically go through shooting all the zombies until you can kill 25 of them and make your way to the helipad to escape. Now that's all I got for this week, but I will have a post-dated review, or I should say post-dated haul for everybody to see based on stuff I picked over the past couple weeks. It hasn't been a lot, so I've been kind of not sure how to do them. I think I'm going to do one that's just RPG supplements, and then another one that's the board games and such. I had a really good day, 69 cents per game at the Valley Thrift near my house, and so I've got tons of games from that pickup. But thank you for viewing. Leave comments below, and hope to see you back next week.